Hope you don't judge me for my dreams. Don't judge me. It's very personal. This is very personal what I'm sharing with you. Very personal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut this down. I can't cut out any of my favorite perfect day things. That's not happening. The whole thing is staying in there. Welcome to day 38 of the 100-day video journal challenge. So, I wanted to do conversation starters because a couple of people have been asking me about, how you get started on this video journal. And the best thing is always just to talk, because it shouldn't feel like you're actually communicating to anyone. It should feel like a journal, like you're just talking to yourself. So, or like a best friend or something. So, these aren't the point, but I understand that it's difficult sometimes. So I created some just for fun. I'm not going to read them all out to you because I did a blog post and I'm just reading my website on my phone. That feels a little arrogant. Go! Okay, I'm going to talk about my perfect day. I did this exercise at the Search program, actually. So the Alliance for Arts and Culture used to run a program for artists who wanted to make money, I think. I don't even remember what it was about, but it was awesome. I honestly, I had quite a few big takeaways from that workshop. Exactly what it was supposed to be for was not one of them. We had an exercise where we had to write down our perfect day from start to finish, and in as much detail as possible. So from like the moment you wake up, what do you see, what do you hear, what do you smell, and just kind of going through the day like that. So every morning I would wake up and think through my perfect day. In my perfect day, in my perfect world, I wake up in my cottage by the sea, and I can feel the sunlight on my face just very gently waking me, and I can smell the ocean and the sand and my coffee maker. And I can hear my dog rustling around in one of the other rooms. And I have this whole like fantasy of what this house is gonna look like. It's a little beach cottage with these big open doors that let the light in, and a little solarium outside with like some couches and stuff and candles and lamps for parties, and those little lights that you hang, like canopy lights, like lots of little lights, like the roof. And inside the big glass doors is like my pottering studio. So there's clay and there's paint and there's just all the kind of artsy stuff. And the floor is always covered in sand because I leave the doors open all the time. And the dog, I have a nice big Great Dane, very well behaved, non-drooly Great Dane. It's a perfect life. Because Great Danes, I love them, but they drool everywhere. Oh my gosh. So I pour myself a cup of coffee and I take my dog out through those beautiful open doors, open glass doors, and walk out onto the beach, because this is a beach cottage, because it's my perfect life. And it's like a cliff. It's like a little bit of a walk down to the beach. So my house isn't right on the beach, because that's actually not very nice. But it's pretty close, but it's uphill. So you gotta walk down to the beach. So we walk down the sandy path to the beach, and I'm not wearing any shoes, and I've got my coffee so I can feel the sand between my toes, and I've got the warm coffee, and it's not a cold day, but it's kind of blustery. It's kind of sweater weather. And I throw the ball or the stick or whatever it is for the dog and go for a bit of a walk along the beach, and it's deserted and the sand is quite packed. It's not that kind of slippy everywhere sand. It's kind of that thinner packed sand, and I can see the ocean, and I walk to my favorite log or my favorite rock, and I sit by the ocean and drink my coffee and watch the waves, and the dog is like playing in the waves and stuff. And yeah, that's how I start my morning, just staring at the ocean and drinking coffee. And then I walk back with the dog and have a shower, make breakfast, have something reasonably healthy like avocado and egg on toast or something. Healthy-ish. And settle down to like answer some emails at my beautiful computer, which also, my beautiful space where my computer is, that also looks out like through the doors onto the ocean. And check a few emails, and then I pack the dog up into the car, and we drive into the city where I own my own theater in this huge creative collaborative space. So there's a theater, there's an art gallery, there's coffee shops, there's workshops, and like a sound studio and all sorts of things. And so I get there kind of after lunch, maybe have lunch in the cafe at the theater, and take that in with me to my office, check emails again, go into a rehearsal. The dog stays in the office and just hangs out. It's made friends at the theater. So then I go into rehearsal. Maybe I'm teaching, maybe I'm rehearsing, maybe I'm in something, or maybe it's like a movement class or something. So we have like classes in the afternoon. So I go to the afternoon class and participate or teach, depending on the day. I'd really like to alternate between participating and teaching. I think that'd be really cool. And in our kind of workshop dance studio space. Yeah. And then that evening is opening night for a show I just directed. So I get all dressed up. I brought clothes with me from my little beach house. And I get all dressed up and have a shower at the theater and go and attend opening night of this play that I'm really proud of. And lots of people are there, and there's lots of laughter and conversation, and have a glass of wine and enjoy the show, and go out for drinks, celebratory drinks afterwards with the cast at the restaurant nearby, possibly on the property. I'm hoping to have this property that just has everything that I could ever want. That doesn't go too late, maybe like 11 or 12, and then I pack up the dog and we drive home. So I guess I won't have too much to drink if I'm driving home. So maybe just like one glass. This is a perfect day, but don't want to be drunk driving either. Yeah, fall asleep in my beautiful beach house to start that whole thing over again the next day. And that's my perfect day. That's quite personal to share. I hope you, it's weird sharing dreams, how vulnerable you feel, because it's a good thing, and I don't actually expect anyone to judge me for my dreams, but I feel like you might. So, that's my perfect day. I love going through that. I love telling people that. I love thinking about it. I love imagining it. I should do that more often. Maybe I'll start that as a morning routine, just to think about my perfect day and how I want to live.